this word MiG-21 was actually synonymous to Indian Air Force, because every child of our generation at least knew how these jets look like and how they used to fly. We know the history also, the wars these jets were part of. How do you feel about the day? Group Captain Chai, I believe you're on mute, sir. If you could just unmute yourself.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure. Please continue, sir.
It's a tremendous achievement. Sakshi, think of a machine, flying machine, a very able fighter aircraft, designed in late 40s and produced and flown by the first country, Russia. In 19, I think 55, it was flying there with them. And that machine, when it came to Indian Air Force, I will not repeat what already has been mentioned. It was a backbone. It became a backbone of Indian Air Force in the subsequent years. You know, it's a huge. It was a huge asset for the Indian Air Force. Uh, about 900 odd aircraft produced, and that has remained with the Indian Air Force in a phase-wise induction. It was licensed produced here by the HAL, and the last aircraft produced by HAL was in 1987. Usually, airframe life of any aircraft is about 30 to 35 years, range there that. So this particular aircraft belongs to the same category. It's a massive, much more advanced than the adjacent the countries our adversaries had at that time. So we were all very proud of it. I have personally flown in this 1969 type of it. I'm a doctor by profession, but the specialist in aerospace medicine, and I do train the pilots onto the aeromedical aspects of operations. So I have myself personally flown about 20 odd sorties in the MiG. So you feel proud of this particular aircraft. Handling was so good, but it was a single engine Delta aircraft, which was unforgiving. If you make a mistake, you pay for it. So that was one particular drawback with this. Yes, in 1980s, we suffered a lot of crashes at that time, for which we finally, the Directorate of Headquarters finally came to a conclusion that we should start training the pilot from the beginning onto a jet. And that is how the Hawk aircraft came for the training. And then thereafter, the number of the accidents that were happening became much less. And it was a backbone of Indian Air Force, there is no doubt. But look, Sakshi, we don't look at MiG-21 in isolation. It was the fleet. It was a technology which continues even today. MiG-21, MiG-21, we had many of the types, 66, 69, 75, Type 75, Type 77, Type 96. Bison has been continuing today. We'll be flying the Bison the last. So all these types of were there. But MiG-21 is not alone in the technology. MiG-23, MiG-25, of course, was the high altitude aircraft. Then MiG-27 we had, MiG-29 we still have. So it's a technology which continues there. So what MiG-21 had given us, it has not died down. That particular technology, that type of mindset, that training, and the advancement in happening, it has all been going all through. So all the pilots, I salute all those pilots who have flown the combat missions in this. And I also salute the formations and the pilot who have given the value additions in the operations. Those days, we had a unit called TAC-D. They used to devise a particular type of combat maneuvers, which used to make this particular fleet of aircraft much more superior than anything else. The tactical flying one versus one combat, two versus one. And it used to be very, very draining onto the pilot who used to fly this mission, but it was very effective. So with all those, nostalgia that we have even today, we feel that yes, we are losing this particular fleet, but then the fleet has lived its life, and MiG-21 Bison was capable of taking even F-16. by any means. It has done that. It had shot down the Pakistani F-16, even with this training with the US, joint training with the United States that we had about 7-8 years back. This aircraft came onto the F-16 during the training, and they were all surprised that how did this MiG-21 Bison came over the F-16. So these were the capabilities, phenomenal capabilities. And then the series of upgradations that had gone into this plane, that was also commendable.
Right.